Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. It is February 20th, 2021, and this is the Darren Clark Real Estate Show. I am your host, Darren Clark. I'm with Century 21 Judge Fight. I'm a realtor here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. If you're tuning in for the first time, I welcome you. If this is your second or third time, welcome back. Glad to have you. We're going to have a good show today. We're going to recap a little bit about this winter storm, how it may affect you as a homeowner or even as a home buyer. We're going to talk about, is now the right time to list your home? And then I have got the craziest market update for you today. I was shocked when I pulled the stats today. I'll have to say that. So we'll check out the market update coming up here in a little bit. If you're tuning in on Facebook, then you're maybe watching us live, and I appreciate you doing so. And my Facebook page is facebook.com/DarrenC21JFC. You can find me on Twitter at DarrenC21JFC. And you can find me on YouTube, which you may be watching the show on YouTube. We take the recordings of our Facebook Live broadcast and put them on YouTube. So, but glad to have you here. If you're whatever platform you're on, make sure you like and subscribe to the page. I would certainly appreciate it. You can get these real estate updates each and every week. Glad to have you along. All right, so big winter storm this week. I hope that you survived okay. I know it was tough for all of us. Most everybody had some form of rolling blackout. We were icy and snowy, and oh, were we cold. It was just one amazing week to be a part of. Historic almost here in Texas. I had never before experienced 0 degrees in Texas. I had experienced -1 in New York City, but never 0 degrees in Texas, and it was crazy. I decided to take a walk, I think it was Monday morning, and it was, I think, 1 or 2 degrees. I was out, it was sunny, and I got to see this right here. I live in a neighborhood that has a golf course, and this is the 15th fairway going up to the 15th green. It's right around the corner from my house, so I didn't have to walk too far. I'm glad because it was cold. But this is the pond in front of the 15th green, and it is completely frozen over. And that was Monday, and it didn't get warmer until yesterday. So it was kind of dangerous. We had kids walking on ponds and stuff like that. You can't walk on ice unless it's 4 inches thick. So if you've got kids and they're out playing around the ice, keep them off, because I don't think we got that cold to where the ice would get that thick. But that was one crazy sight that I had. Here's another crazy sight that I had. This is an icicle. Let me get rid of this real quick. This is an icicle off the back of my house, and it's about 3.5 to 4 feet long. Just an absolutely crazy sight. But not as crazy as some other people had. This is a lady in a parking garage. I think this is down in Galveston. Came out to find a pipe had burst in the parking garage and completely covered this SUV in ice. I think that's a bicycle or a motorcycle on the back of it. But everything covered in ice. In fact, it got so cold in some people's houses, their ceiling fans were covered with ice. I guess they had a pipe burst right above there. And absolutely crazy sights. I know we were out of power a little bit, not too much. Part of the rolling blackouts, we would lose power for about 30 to 40 minutes at a time. And I know a lot of people had it much, much worse. I read stories of people being out of power for 50 hours and the temperature in their house getting down to around 40 degrees. What a lot of people don't realize, and maybe you're watching this from up north somewhere, and you're thinking, hey, we go through this every winter. What's the big deal down in Texas? And you have to be realistic. In Texas, our infrastructure isn't equipped for this type of weather. Our homes aren't built with the same type of insulation. Our pipes aren't insulated the way that yours are up north, because you deal with this every winter. We don't down here. So, it's just, we weren't ready for it. Our homes aren't built for it. We don't own the clothes for it. I see a lot of people talking about how up north they wear snow bibs and they have special clothes for going out. And I've never lived up north, so I don't know. But down here, we're just layering fleece, trying to stay warm. So what a crazy week it was. I hope you and your family survived it. I know there's still a lot of places that are having water issues. My neighborhood, for example, is under a boil water notice. We have to boil any water for consumption. We can take showers, but at least we're not having to pack the toilet tank with snow just to flush the toilet. So hopefully you and your family are recovering okay. I know the stores are working hard to get restocked, and gas stations are a little light on gas. I went and got gas yesterday, and only about half the pumps at the gas station had gas, which I thought they all came from the same tank, but I don't know. I'm not a gas station guy. So anyway, let's move on to talking today about is it right to list your home? Um, I get asked sometimes, what's the market like? And sometimes when it comes to listing your home, there are more questions to ask than what's the market like. Uh, First and foremost is it financially suitable for you to sell your house? Now, you may not have been in your home very long, depending on the amount of down payment that you put on your home. It can be a question that you have to ask yourself. Do I have enough equity in my home to list? If you think about your closing costs and other fees in selling your home, it's about 10 to 12% the value of your home, or it can be that high. So you want to make sure that you have enough equity in your home to be able to afford to sell it. And of course, you want to be able to get something out of the sale of your home to be able to use that on a down payment for your next property. So those financial questions, is it right for you to sell your home right now? The next thing, and we are still in the middle of a pandemic, or as my kids say, we're in the middle of a Panda Express. Uh, the employment part of this, you want to make sure that your job is secure. Now, there's a lot of people that work in jobs where they're considered essential employees. They work in essential industries, and their jobs have been safe over the last year. But there's a lot of people who have been laid off, and they've got new jobs, and you just want to make sure before you sell your home that you are in, that your employment is stable, and that's going to allow you to get into another home. The next question you want to ask yourself is about family. Is it the right time to move your family? This is a question a lot of people have. Maybe they have kids that are in high school, and if they move, that means that their teenager is going to have to change high schools. That's tough on anybody. So sometimes it might be better to put that off a couple of years until little Johnny graduates, and it's going to be easier for him to make the move, or maybe he's got off to college. So family issues are important when it comes time to make that decision as to whether or not to list your home. And then finally, what's the market like? I told you at the beginning of this little segment that that's one of the most common questions I get asked. People see I'm a realtor and they say, hey, tell me what's the market like? And I try to give the right answer for what they're asking. Are they looking to sell? Are they looking to buy? Are they looking to invest? Because the answer can be different for all three of those scenarios. But right now we are in a seller's market. We're seeing competitive offers on a lot of homes, and homes selling for above ask price, and homes not being on the market more than about a week. So the market is great to sell your home. The question that you have to ask yourself is the market going to get better? Am I going to be in a better situation down the road? That may be the case for you. If you don't know, feel free to reach out to me. You can comment on this broadcast here. You can send me a private message, or I think I've got this here to help you out. You can contact me at any of that information right there. You can call me on my cell. You can send me a text. I don't respond well to smoke signals or semaphore, mainly because I don't understand it. But if you want to reach out to me on any of these other methods, we can definitely go over your situation, find out, is now the right time for you to sell your home? Is now the right time for you to buy a home? And if it is, great. I'd love to work with you. If it's not, I'm going to be honest with you because, I want you to be happy and I want you to be successful and I want you to realize your real estate goals. So, listing your home is a big decision. And if you want to talk it over, feel free to give me a call. All right. Back to the winter weather situation that we were talking about. If you've inspected your home and you find that you might be in need of something, maybe it's a plumber, maybe it's a drywall guy, whatever the case is, I want to introduce you to the Judge Fight Connections program. We may have a guest on in the coming weeks to talk more about this, but at judgefightconnections.com, in fact, I'm going to put that in the comments right now, at judgefightconnections.com, you can see our list of preferred vendors. Now, this is a list of different types of contractors. A lot of them are real estate based, and they can provide services for you. So all you have to do is go to their webpage, and I just put that link in the comments here on Facebook, and go to the Services tab. And when that changes here on my screen, as I'm hogging up the internet with a broadcast, but when you go to the Services tab, it's still waiting for it to connect. Gotta love live broadcasts. Okay, here we go. When you go to the services, you can scroll through all of the available services that we have. Now, like I said, a lot of these are real estate based. So like here's real estate school. You're probably not going to need that right away unless you want to become a realtor. But you might very well need a plumber. You might need somebody to work in junk and debris removal. You may need some of these services here. So let's say we did need a plumber. We're going to click on plumbers right here. And you're going to see a list of vendors that are available to help you with your plumbing. Now, this is kind of like Angie's List or the Good Contractors List, but this is the Judge Fight Connections Network. These are people that we deal with on a regular basis, helping homeowners with issues that they have. So this is a great resource for you. Hopefully you take the opportunity to make that available to you in order to get your issues fixed. So let's move on to the market update. And like I said, you're going to be shocked at this. Before I show you this week, let's review last week real quick. We had about 5,000 plus active listings, about 1,600 newly listed, about 4,500 were under contract the week of February 13th, and we sold 1,701. So that's going to kind of get you in the right frame of mind. And now let's switch over to this week. As you can see, the real estate business kind of died off during the snow-filled, icy week. So we only had 477 new listings. Our number of homes under contract dropped, and we've closed out 819 homes this week. So this is an anomaly. This is not an indicator of the market for the entire season. This is just a week just filled with absolutely horrific weather. So that's our market update for the week. Look for this to rebound next week as we get a little bit warmer and we start moving forward into the spring real estate season, which never stopped last year. It went all the way through the fall. So we look for a great season coming up. That's going to be the show for today. I do appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you share this with anybody that you know that's in the market for real estate. I'm Darren Clark with Century 21 Real Estate, Century 21 the Judge Fight Company, and I thank you for tuning in. You guys have a great week.